I'm happy by the nonsensical questions because it does nothing but shine light on how nonsensical their questions are by being for common sense. You're for common sense, you can basically just say, had no idea about this. Can you draw a list for me? Hey, and welcome to today, where I'm going to start this off by saying I might have lied a little bit. I apologize. To a degree, I lied. Yesterday, I posted on X saying that there was not going to be a video today, which today being the 22nd, or Wednesday. So when this video is posted, it would be yesterday that I'm making today's video. Complicated. But I said I wasn't going to post a video, wasn't going to make a video, but I kind of lied in that I'm making this video today, the day that I said I wasn't going to. Point being, not posting it a day of. I'm posting it the day you guys are seeing. Man, this is complicated. I made this complicated for no reason. But what I'm going to be talking about today is a lot of interesting things going on in the interwebs nowadays on X specifically. For example, we now have a lot of liberals coming on out saying they're gonna take the illegal people away. Oh my goodness! In America, how tragically terrible that must be that bad people, or sorry, not bad people, but people doing bad have consequences to doing bad. Could have went through the legal process, but they decided to not do the legal process, and now they're getting their comeuppance. So I don't care about the, oh my goodness, the poor people. Like, you could have just came into America legally, and then none of this would have had been a problem. None of this would have been a problem. But I guess I could say I have sympathy in the fact that they want to live in America, and now they're being taken away. I can understand that. However, could have done it legally, and then this wouldn't have been a problem. This wouldn't have been a problem. But now the problem exists. So, in the American world, we got the liberals complaining about, oh, the people who came here through doing a bad thing are getting their comeuppance. They're upset over consequences, I guess. And then on other news, we've got ourselves Putin talking about peace. And he's ready for discussion, ready for conversation. Meanwhile, we got Zelensky wanting American soldiers to go over and fight as well for Ukraine. So weird, you got Ukraine wanting more, and then you got Putin asking for peace, or well, not asking, but ready to discuss peace. Complete different oppositions going on there, but I mean, whatever, not gonna dive into that any further. But the point I'm gonna bring up to you is that there's just a lot going on today. There's a lot that is happening, and the reason why I didn't want to make a video is because there is so much happening that there's really nothing that is exactly a pinpoint thing that I can exactly talk about. Because what am I gonna talk about? Am I gonna talk about Trump being inaugurated? Am I gonna talk about Trump dealing with ICE? Am I gonna talk about Putin? Am I gonna talk about RFK Jr.? That's something that people are bringing up. What am I gonna bring up? I really have no idea. There's a whole bunch of things that are just popping up and popping up and popping up. Nothing is really sticking. And so I'm making today's video just bringing a whole entire blanket statement, being like, this is what is happening today. Because there's a whole bunch of things with none of it being like one specific topic. Which makes complete sense with how many executive orders Trump signed the other day, which was a whole bunch of executive orders, so it makes sense that there's no specific topic happening today. But at the same time, it is kind of annoying because I want to make a video, but I don't know what to make the video upon. So I'm just gonna be talking about things that are going on recently. And, for example, you got Trump claiming, what do I mean by claiming? Bringing light to the truth that there are only two genders. And why is that important for what I want to talk about right now? Well, it turns out that now Pierre Poilievre is on the chopping block for the sort of same question from a news reporter asking, what does he think about this? Let us check that out right now.
First day on the job, President Trump signed an executive order, the U.S. government only recognizing two genders, male, female. They're unchangeable. If elected as prime minister, is that something that you're going to kind of walk in line with, or what are your feelings on that executive order?
Well, I don't know. Do you have any other genders that you'd like to name?
Me personally?
That's my prime minister right there. There's my prime minister right there. He's not confused by lies. That's my prime minister right there.
Yes.
I'm just asking more so if you're in line with what he is saying. Do you agree with what he's saying? Is that something that you would be lockstep with if elected as prime minister?
Well, I'm not aware of any other genders than men and women. I mean, if you have any other that you want me to consider, you're welcome to tell me right now.
Well, there's personally, I am a man. As people say, cis man. There are people there who, they say they're gender neutral. Well, you are a man, yes. There are people there who say they're gender neutral. Yeah, they say they're gender neutral. They're a trans person. Is that something that you would recognize here? Whereas in the States, at least with their U.S. government, the way they're seeing it, there's only two.
I'm only aware of two, but I mean, if you come up with another list, then you're welcome to do that. But I'm aware of two, and as far as I'm concerned, we should have a government that just minds its own damn business and leaves people alone.
You know what? I like it. Obviously, I like what he is saying. There's my prime minister right there. There's my prime minister right there. Not confused by simplistic topics. That's my prime minister right there. I obviously agree with him on the term of like. See, this is the thing that I like about him being for common sense. That being his main slogan, common sense. That is what I like about it, because he could bring up the fact of, do you agree with what Trump did here? But the common sense narrative is like, were there other genders that I'm not knowing of? Because it's common sense that there's only two. Common sense. So you can completely just jump over the hoop of having to say, yes, there's only two genders, or no, there's only two genders, because the common sense thing is, were there more than two? I was only knowing of two. I had no idea there were more. Could you draw a list for me? I had no idea about this, but kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm only knowing of two. He jumps completely over the liberal narrative of trying to grandstand. He just completely hops right over that by saying, I was completely unassuming that there were more than two. Which I'm gonna do what he doesn't do, which I'm gonna say, yeah, there's only two. So it's clear as to what Pierre is saying here, but at the same point, he is perfectly playing into the common sense narrative. There's only two. I was unaware that there was more. I had no idea. Oh, well, there's intersex. Well, right, but what makes up an intersex person? It is that they have male and female qualities. Still two. It's crazy. You say woman and the derivative. Is that the right word? Look it up. But the definition of woman is female. Definition of man is male. But intersex definition is, I don't know what the definition is, but I'd assume it's upon something that it is a cacophony of male and female. Still two. Now, something that happened the other day that I thought it was pretty funny. I think you guys will enjoy it, so I'm gonna show it. I thought it was pretty funny, so I'm gonna show it, because with the tariffs on the rise, you got Doug Ford here saying that he is going to take away the bourbon. His first action to go against the tariffs is to take away their bourbon. And my comment was that he is such a drunkard. Like, that is his first action, his first thought of retaliation is take away their drinks. Like, that is such a drunkard type position, but I mean, I'm gonna show this little clip I found, and I thought it was pretty funny. I think you guys will enjoy, so,
I guess he's had enough. I'll send him an ultimatum.
completely nonsensical. Completely nonsensical. We'll stop you from having all the... We'll stop you from being... Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at the quote above from this person here. In the... I think it was a CTV article that I did read. Doug Ford is noted for saying, they will feel pain. Like... Which he previously stated that the American tariff would destroy 500,000 Ontario jobs. So they're going to feel the pain by not being able to get hammered on bourbon. But we're going to feel pain that there's going to be 500,000 people without a job. I bring up the point once again. Canada cannot deal with the tariffs. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We cannot deal with the tariffs. We just can't. We don't have the economy for that. We don't have anything for that. But, anywho, I kind of just brought that up as a little thing, because I thought it was pretty funny. I think you guys would enjoy it. I don't know. Tell me down below, do you think it was funny? I don't really care. But the point being is that we now have a bunch of liberals who are asking... We have liberal pundits asking Pierre Poilievre questions about things that Trump is doing and asking, and basically trying to draw a connection between the two leaders, which, I mean, I won't necessarily say is good or bad, but the point is, he's asking stupid questions. He's asking completely and utterly ridiculous questions, and the slogan of common sense makes perfect sense, because you can basically jump over any completely stupid and ridiculous argument that a liberal has just by saying, oh, I had no idea that this was a thing. Could you draw me a list for this? I had no idea. It works perfectly. Perfectly! Because saying that there's more than two genders is completely nonsensical. Completely nonsensical. There's no other such thing other than two. And so you can just jump right over that by saying, oh, I had no idea that there were more than two. Could you help me here and figure out just what are these numbers you're talking about? It's completely nonsensical questioning that is now happening. But you know what? I'm happy by the nonsensical questions because it does nothing but shine light on how nonsensical their questions are by being for common sense. You're for common sense, you can basically just say, had no idea about this. Can you draw a list for me? It jumps completely over the question by just pointing out that, hey, you're completely ridiculous and bonkers in the head by thinking that there's more. Completely bonkers. And he doesn't even have to say it. But I think that is just about all I had to say for today. Hope you guys are here for tomorrow. Might be a different topic tomorrow. Might talk about more Christian idea thing going on in my brain. I don't know. I might do that tomorrow. Might do that. I might edit the video and then post it on Sunday. I don't really know. But yeah, I hope that you have a good rest of your day. But moreover, I hope to see you tomorrow. But until then, have a good one.